All right, good evening, everyone. You are welcome to One Teacher, One Topic training. We had a wonderful time yesterday when we had our introduction to 21st century teaching skills and also Microsoft Excel. It was a wonderful time. I mean, we were really immersed into Microsoft Excel, and we still want to appreciate our teachers for that. And quickly today, we want to welcome our teacher today. As I've introduced him on our platform, he's my own teacher personally. He has trained me, he has taught me well too, and he's our big bros when it comes to Microsoft tools. His name is Mr. Adeeko Olalekan. He's going to be taking us through Microsoft forms. I can't say I can't exhaust his profile, but basically I'm just going to say he's one of the foremost Microsoft experts in the world. Yes, and I mean it. I didn't make a mistake in the morning when I said so. In the world. So, Mr. Adeeko Olalekan, your people are waiting. We are waiting. We all want to learn from you. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good evening once again to everybody. And uh, it's a pity that I've not been able to contribute as I wish on the platform because I've been kind of very, very busy lately. But I'm happy we're together this evening to share. So don't mind Okpaifa. There is no teacher, there's no boss anywhere. I hope to even learn from you too. So as I continue with the presentation, if you want to chip in anything, you have an opinion or you want to say something about maybe a particular thing that I've said, or you have your questions, you can as well drop it in the chat box. So I am Olalekan Adeeko, I am a teacher. So I think that's fine with that. So this evening we want to be exploring Microsoft Forms. Microsoft Forms. So we want to see how can we use Microsoft Forms in our own classes for assessment. I know many of us are familiar with Google Form. In fact, some of us have even been using Microsoft Form. But this time around, we want to start moving from the basics to start doing certain things with our productivity tools. So we don't want to just limit ourselves to the normal functions that we're familiar with. We want to start using some of those tools to the fullest. So I usually tell teachers that many people spend a large amount of money buying smartphones, maybe 60,000, 70,000 or more. And at the end of the day, you'll be using about 5,000 naira or 10,000 naira of your devices. So instead of us just using the 1, 2, 3 features on productivity tools, we need to start making use of, if possible, almost all features on all these productivity tools. So one of such tools is Microsoft Form. So we want to see what Microsoft Form is. How can we use Microsoft Form to design assessments? How can we use Microsoft Form for survey? So Microsoft Form is an assessment tool. We can use it to create survey. We can use it to create quizzes or even polls, and we can easily see the results. So we want to give out a form or we need a survey. I know while we're in the university and we're running our projects, then we'll print it out on paper, we'll share it across different schools or wherever we want to distribute our questionnaires to. And at the end of the day, we start collating the data, then we want to manipulate or do some analytics on the data. So using tool like Microsoft Forms will help us achieve even more than what we expected, because Microsoft Forms can even help us do certain analytics with our responses. We can as well invite others to respond to our form using any web browser. You can even do that on the mobile phone. I think that's the beauty of some of these productivity tools these days. You can as well use your Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, even on your mobile phone. Even if you don't have them installed on your phone, you can still open your Word documents right inside Microsoft Teams. Like I said earlier, Microsoft Forms has some built-in analytics that can help us evaluate responses that have been submitted by the people that have filled the form. So you may not necessarily even need to do more after sending your surveys out, and maybe you want to analyze your data, because Microsoft Forms can help you do certain analytics. It can help you do these analytics on probably question by question or item by item. It can even help you plot out a pie chart or bar chart and do certain analytics that will give you an insight into the responses you've gotten from maybe your student or from other teachers or wherever you've decided to distribute or share the survey or quizzes or poll with. And we can easily export our data to Excel. So all the responses that are going to be submitted by the people filling the form will go straight right inside an Excel sheet. And you can download the Excel sheet and play with the Excel sheet. I know yesterday we dealt with Excel sheet. So you can then manipulate your data once you have it in Excel. So how do we now add questions or survey using Microsoft Form? So I'll quickly run through this slide, then we do a demo. So we'll do like a live demo. We'll try and create a quiz or a form using our Microsoft Form. So I'll just run through the presentation, then we delve into Microsoft Form with hands-on. So we have forms, we have quizzes. When we're talking about Microsoft Form, when you get your Microsoft Form window, you have option of selecting either form or quiz. So you may want to ask, what is the difference between a form or a quiz? A form in itself, from what you can see on the screen, you have new form, you have new survey. A form, you are not having maybe marks attached to each of the items there. Maybe you want to use it for survey, you want to use it for poll, you can even use it to take attendance in the class. You want your students to just type in their names and that's all. So it will even record the time a particular person filled the form. It will record the exact time in the Excel sheet. So maybe you want to even come up with a competition and say, I want everybody to submit their answers and I need a fastest, I want to give the person that got the answer right first a particular gift. So form can help you even keep track of the time. It will have the timestamp there, 9:6:10.002. It will keep track of the seconds and all that. So you can even use that for competitions and what have you. So the form in itself, form is for survey, for poll. You don't get to attach marks to each of the items. But quiz, you can attach points to each item in the quiz. Maybe question 1 will attract 2 marks, question 2 can attract 3 marks and all that. So you use quiz for maybe tests or quizzes in the class, but you use the form for survey, for gathering data. You are not necessarily adding figures to each of the items. You're not marking it. You just want to get insight to people's responses. So that's just the difference between form and quizzes. But both are features under Microsoft Forms. Microsoft Forms, then under Microsoft Forms, we have Microsoft Form and Microsoft Quiz. So you can either choose form or you choose quiz. So how do you select? Is by just clicking on either of the two. So if you're thinking of just gathering data from your people, you use form. You're not marking it. You're not attaching figures to each of the items. But you want to probably give your student tests. You want to rate them. Then you need to make use of quiz. So once you click either the form or the quiz, you need to type a name for your form. So if the name you want your student to see at the top of the quiz or at the top of the form, so you type in the name there. And you can even add description. Maybe description is for more information or directives, or you want to give them an insight into what the form is all about and how they should go about filling the form, or how they should go about answering the questions and the quizzes. So you can as well add description there. And once you're done with that, you click add new, then we can start adding our forms or our quizzes. We have different types of questions or form too that you can add to either your form or your quiz. We have what we call choice. Choice is our multiple choice, meaning you want to give them questions or an item like a questionnaire whereby they will need to select from few choices. You want to give them options A, B, C, D. So they can either select option A or option B. And at times you can even make it multiple answers, meaning they can choose more than one option. So if that's what you have in mind, you go with choice. If you want them to type, maybe like a fill in the gap question, or you want them to type their name, or you want them to type a sentence. If it's a survey, then you probably use text. So when you use text, they have option of typing in the box. So that's another type. You have rating. Maybe you want them to rate. Maybe after this lesson, I decide to share a survey with you. I want to gauge your responses. I want your feedback. So I can put rating there. Maybe rate Lakon's teaching or Lakon's classes. Then you probably want to rate maybe from 1 to 20 or 1 to 5. I can decide to, you can decide anyway to use either 1, 2, 3 or to use star. You can also make use of the date function. Maybe you want your the people that are filling the survey to type in their date of birth, or they want to select dates there. So you can think of using that date so that everybody will use everybody will use the same format. You know, you can either have your month, day, and year, or you have day, month, year. If you do not make use of dates, if you leave it open, probably you decide to use text. Somebody can decide to go with month first, followed by day, and followed by year. Another person will probably start with day, then month, or year. Somebody else might even end up writing it in text and say 12th of August 2020. So by the time you get such feedback, you'll struggle to clear the data hub before you can do your analytics. But to prevent that, you can just go with the dates type there, so that everybody would need to just select from the drop down list, select the year, select the month, and select the dates. So you can choose that as well. You have more than that. Aside the choice, the text, the rating, and the dates, you have ranking, meaning I can give you a list of things and I can ask you to just rank, maybe in order of priority. In maybe I'm working on a survey and I want you to arrange it in order of priority, or maybe it could even be a question in the class and I want you to arrange elementary canal of the board, start from the first to the last, so I can use rank. There is Likert too there. I'll show you what that is all about, meaning I want people to select out of the options. I'll show you the sample of Likert. You can as well upload file. Maybe I want to use it for something else and I need my student to write an article in Word. Then at the end of the day, I want them to upload it while filling the form. So they can upload file, they can upload image, they can upload PDF, they can upload files. There is Net Promoter Score too. I'll show you what that is all about. So it's kind of similar to what you have in written that you can as well use. So all these are the different types of questions or what you can use in your form while trying to create a form or a quiz. Another thing about form is that you have what you call section. You have what we call section. What does that mean? Maybe I want to break my form or my quiz into 2 or 3 sections. Maybe section A will be for objectives. I can decide to do it that way. Then I will break it. I have section 2 where I can write description again. Then question 2 will probably be fill in the gap. Then section 3 will be something else. So we can as well break our form into different sections. You want everybody to know that the section A is for information about you. Section B is information about probably your school. Section C is information about something else. So we can put our form, we can use sections to divide our forms. So aside that, remember I said I was going to show you what Likert is all about. So this is what you get when you choose that Likert option. Maybe I want to say, do you guys tick the appropriate boxes in the question below? Maybe I want to say, do you have access to, how well do you know Microsoft Word? Then the first column will be very well. Second column will be I'm a learner. Maybe the third column will be I'm just starting. Then you have how well do you know Microsoft Word as question 1? How well do you know Microsoft Excel as question 2? How well do you know Microsoft Excel as question 3? Then the person filling the form will need to select one, at least we need to select one of the 3 boxes. For example, what I'm showing you here, you have 3 boxes here where you can choose the 3 circles here. So the first line will be for the first option and you can select appropriately. So that's the Likert. like I said, once I'm done with the slides, we'll go through to Microsoft Form itself and try and create something there. So after you must have created your quiz or your form, you can then share it with your students or the people that you want to share the survey with so that they can fill. So they will just see something similar to what I have on my screen, and they can just read and choose the options. You can as well add themes to your design. I know many of us are familiar with Microsoft PowerPoint, so you can as well add themes also to your forms, meaning the background, you want to give it a fancy theme. You can as well upload your own preferred theme. Maybe you want to add your school logo as the background, or you have your own organization logo or backdrop that you've created, or a particular graphics that you deliberately would love to use as your theme. So you can even upload that as your theme so that it will appear as the background and by the side of your quiz or your form. We can also share our forms in Microsoft PowerPoint. Once I'm done creating my form, I can share the link and just put it on Teams. Maybe I have my students in a particular team. I can put it there for them to click on it, and then it will open up and they can start filling the form. I can as well share the form with another teacher. Maybe we want to co-author the form. I can share the form with a colleague and say, let's work on this form together. So he also will have access to what I've done so far and can as well add to it. So I can do that. I can share my link. I can even put it on WhatsApp. I can even put it on Facebook. I can put it inside a OneNote class notebook. I can put it anywhere. So once I put the link there, anybody that click on the link will be able to open the form and fill the form. But note, you can as well say you don't want everybody to be able to fill your form. You can restrict it to students in your organization. Take, for example, maybe you've deployed Microsoft 365 and you do not want students outside your school or people without the 365 account to fill the form. You can do that and say you only want your own students to be able to fill the form. You can even select the time that you expect them to fill the form. Once the time lapses, nobody will be able to have access to the form again. Maybe I want to send out the survey today or the test out today and say, student, you need to do this test between now and 7 p.m. Once I set that time, after 7 p.m., if you go on to click on the link, it won't open up. You won't be able to work on it. And if I decide to say only students in my organization should be able to fill the form, that means once they click the form, they will need to sign in using their username and password. And if it is not on the same tenant with mine, then such a person will not be able to fill the form. So we can prevent that. We can ensure that we are only the people that we want to have access to our form have access to it. So at the end of the day, once they fill the form, you as the author that created the form can view responses as they come in. So you can check the response tab and you'll be able to see the results of the number of people that must have responded. You see the number of people that have responded. It will even show you the average time to complete the form or the test. That can even help you as a teacher. You want to know the amount of time that it took your student to complete the test. Maybe and on the average they spend less than 1 minute. You'll be like, wow, maybe the question was too cheap or the test was too cheap. Then you want to like say, okay, next time you want to work on that. Then it will show you the number of people that have responded. It will even show you question by question and show you how the student performed, or maybe it's a form, it's a survey. It will show you question by question the feedback gotten. It will show you in form of charts so that you can make use of that to take a certain decision. Another nice feature of Microsoft Form is the intelligent maths. So for the math teachers out there, maybe you want to create a quiz, you can use the intelligent math feature in forms. What does this mean? As a teacher, I have typed an equation. I'll show you this. I think this is even the last slide so that we can go straight to Microsoft Form and do our hands-on. Maybe I've typed an equation, x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals 0. Once I choose the maths, intelligent maths feature of forms, it will even suggest the right answers for me and other options. So once I choose that, it can even use that format to derive 5, 10 other questions for me. So it will save me a lot of time trying to generate questions on my own. If I don't want to copy questions from a particular textbook, it can just emulate the particular question that I've set out and then use that format to generate more questions for me. So there is that intelligent math feature there. So I will stop sharing this now and go straight to the Microsoft Form itself. So if you have your mobile phone with you or you have your laptop with you, you can as well just this by your side. I'm not saying you should switch off your, if you're just using one device, you won't be able to practice on that one device. But in case you have a system by your side, then you can do that. So I will go to Outlook. With this, it's not compulsory you have Office 365 account. Even if you don't have Office 365 account, you can still use Microsoft Form. So I won't even use my own Office 365 account. I will use the other account that is not even Office 365. So I will use my Outlook account. So if you have your Outlook account, just go to outlook.com. So I don't want to use my Office 365 so that it won't appear as if it's only people with Office 365 that can use Microsoft Form. So once you sign into your Outlook, you have this app launcher, these 9 dots here. You have this app launcher at the upper left. So you click on that, it will show you other Microsoft productivity tools there. So if you look at this now, I have Outlook, Word, PowerPoint, to do Skype, Calendar, OneNote, Excel, OneDrive. There is no form here. So I will click on all apps. I'll click on all apps. It will show me all the apps available. So here is my form. So I'll click on forms. So after clicking on forms, it will open up. Then it will ask you, do you want to create a form or do you want to create a quiz? So let's do at least maybe two questions on each. I think I'll spend more time on quiz. So if it were to be form, let's take notes of the difference. If I click on new form, it will open up and it's asking me the title. Maybe I want to put one teacher, one topic survey. I want to put one teacher, one topic survey. In the description, I can add anything I want to add there. Please rate the one teacher, one topic seminar. Please rate one teacher, one topic seminar. Yes? Hello?
Just go at a pace, please.
Okay.
Because of the network. Yes.
Okay, so I've typed the topic and I've typed a description. If you don't want to type any description, there's no problem with that. You can leave that blank. It will stop you from creating your form. So at the right hand side here, I can add an image. If I want to use a particular image on my form, maybe I want that image to appear at the top so that people filling the form will know that the form is coming from a particular place. Take, for example, maybe I want to add the one teacher, one topic logo here, and I want that to appear at the top of my form. So I'll click on the insert image icon here, then I'll choose upload. If I want to search the internet to get a particular image, then I can use Bing to search here. If you don't know Bing, Bing is also a search engine from Microsoft, just like you have Google. Just like you have Google, you have Bing too. So you can use Bing to search the web too for image, for articles and all that. So if you already have your image uploaded to your OneDrive, you click on OneDrive to locate that. But in this case, I want to upload a file from my computer system. So I'll click on upload. Then I'll look for the image that I want to add. I'll select the image, then I'll click open. So it will add that image to my title. So the image will be added to my title. So I've added the OneTeacher, OneTopic image there. So I want to start adding my questions to my form. Remember, we are creating form now, not quiz. So if I click on add new, it will ask me, do I want a question with multiple choice? Do I want a fill in the gap, meaning I want the people to just type in text? Do I want them to rate? Do I want them to type dates? If I click on this drop down arrow, it will show me other options. Do I want to use ranking? Do I want to use
your screen is not changing, sir.
Just maybe your network. It will soon change now. But you're seeing my browser, right? It's your
We
network.
can see your browser.
Okay, so you can see questions, you can see choice, text, rating now. Is that what you're saying now? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so if I want to use ranking, if I want to use net promoter, or if I want to use section. So take, for example, I want the first question to be text. I'll click on text. Then I'll put probably your first name. I want you to type your first name. Look at it, I have enter your answer here. Because I know first name is not usually long. At least this text box here is long enough to contain anybody's name, except if you're bearing Sheboluwa Lonikola Yemi Kale. I think that's the name of a popular Nigerian actor, Yemi Sholade. But your own name is not that long. So I'll just say that's fine. I want everybody to fill first name. So I can say, I can just switch on the required button and click on it. So it's now required. Meaning, if you want to fill this survey, you must fill the first name because I've said that it is required. If I turn it off, that means anybody can skip this question and move to the next question. But by switching it on, saying it is required, it means you won't be able to submit that form without filling this particular question. If I'm okay with the first question, I can click on add and say text. If I want you to type your school name, I want you to type your school name. But in this case, I want to switch on the long answer. I want it to give you more room to type in case the name of your school is very, very long. So this is just to show you that you can toggle the long answer button and switch it on so that you have more space to type a particular text. So that will be suitable in case you want your student to be able to type a short paragraph in your survey or your quiz. So don't forget to switch on the long answer, else it will just show them this tiny text box. They won't be able to type a long answer. Same thing, it is required. If I don't want it to be required, I'll switch it on. So I'll choose another option. Maybe I want multiple choice. I'll choose choice and say, what is the whole meaning of 21 CLD, for example. Then I'll put the options here. I'll put option 2. Let me just put anything there. If I want to add option, it is not because we have only 2 options at the moment, then we can't add other options. So I can click on the plus that says add option. Once I click on that, it will give me a room to type the third option. So I can put the options here now so that you can select the right answer. Take notes. This is where you see the difference. In case you're trying to create a quiz, don't make the mistake of selecting form. For example, I can't mark the right answer here because this is for a form, this is for a survey. There is no right or wrong answer here. I only want to gauge people's feedback. I only want to work with their responses, probably to have an insight into it and do something with the data. But if it were to be a test or a quiz, then it will give me the option of ticking the correct answer. So as soon as the respondent select the right answer, it will give that person a certain mark. If it were to be a quiz, you see that. So I just need to mention that here now. So there is nothing happening in front here. It's just showing me delete. That's just the only option I have here. So I can add multiple options here. If I want people to be able to select more than one option, then I'll switch on the multiple answers. But if I don't want them to add more, to select more than one option, I'll just leave it like this. So let's just add one more, then we'll be fine. Rating is pretty straightforward. Let me just go to this option and let's see how that looks. So for example, maybe I want to use this. Select one of the options. So here I can change the statements here and say I have access to a laptop or a PC. Here I can say yes, I can say no here. I can say I am getting a new one soon. So I can add that option here. Then I can delete the other options if I don't need that. Then statement 2, I can add another statement. I have access to internet. Then still the same option. So while the respondents are filling this, they will know that they need to select at least an option for each of the roles. So for the first question, I have access to a PC. Somebody can choose yes, another person can choose no, somebody else can choose I'm getting a new one. Then option 2. This is just to show you how this Likert option looks. So let's say we're done with the form, because I want us to look at the quiz and then play with the maths intelligent feature. So if I'm done with my survey, remember I said we can choose themes. So I can just click on themes and look through the themes ideas. If I don't want any of these themes ideas, I can as well click on this upload image, browse through my own computer system and select my preferred image. But I don't want to waste time, so I'll just choose one of the options here. I'll just select this. Then you see that it has been added to the background. So it has been added to my form. So if I click on the ellipsis here, these 3 dots that is saying more from settings, if I click on that, then I can do certain settings here. If I click on settings here, it will ask me accept responses. If I don't want the form to start accepting responses at the moment, I'll just switch that off. I can select the start date. Okay, this form should go live tomorrow and end a so date. So if I choose the form should go live tomorrow, Saturday, and the end date for completing the form is Monday or Tuesday, so I'll choose that. Then I can say maybe I want to shuffle the questions. I can choose shuffle questions. Maybe you are giving tests to your student and you don't want them to say, oh, hello, I'm working on my own test at the moment. Please, what's the answer to question 1? You want to shuffle the question, you can do that by checking this box and say shuffle questions. If you want to lock a particular question, you can do that. If you want to shuffle all questions, you do that. Then you can toggle on the email notification. If you want to receive notification in your email every time a student or respondent submits their form or their quizzes, then you can switch that on. Then the last box here is saying customize thank you message. So if you click on that, you can say you can edit what is here. Your response was submitted. You can say thank you for completing the form. So once you're done, you can hit the send button. If you click on the send button, then you can copy this link and put on WhatsApp or wherever you want to put it. You can even share it on Twitter. You can share it on Facebook. You can send it as email. So that is for form. So let me go back by clicking on form and select quiz. So maybe I want to say mathematics JSS 3 for math. I'm working on math. Now this is a quiz now, not a form. So if I had my question and choose choice, if I choose choice and I say 2 plus 2 equals, maybe I put 4 here. Look at what I have in front here. I have delete. I also have display a message to respondent who select this answer. I don't want to give them an idea whether they got it right or wrong. No, I will leave that. Then look at correct answer. You won't get this correct answer if you are making use of form. So that's the difference, form and quiz. So for quiz now, I want to be able to select my right answer so that I won't need to sit down and start marking the responses from the student. Automatically, form will do that for me after I must have selected the right answer. So look at what has happened now. I had to punch in the answers, the options here, because I did not make use of the math intelligent function here. So if I now want to make use of the math intelligent function, okay, one more thing, look at points here. I want to say anybody that get this right, the point should be 2. You should award 2 marks for question 1. If I click on add name and I still want choice, I can come to the ellipses at the bottom here that says more setting for question. That is where you'll be able to select the maths intelligence feature. So if I click on this more setting, then I have shuffle option drop down, but I'm going to maths. If I click on mathematics now, look at what has happened. I've selected mathematics, and instead of saying enter choice, it has changed it to please enter an equation for this option. And this one is even saying question. And here I have what? Enter an equation. So here I can say solve for x, and here it's saying enter an equation. Because it's now a maths, I've indicated that I want to type in maths equation, so it's bringing this out for me. But while I was doing the first one, I didn't select. That's why I had to type my x myself. So in this case, I want, maybe it's a quadratic equation, for example. I want to say x squared plus 6 minus 2 equals 0. So I've selected this now as my question. If I click on OK, so it's trying to do what? Trying to sort it out for me. It's saying suggested results, meaning that this question is, I just selected the question, the question is kind of faulty, sort of. There is no answer to the question. Let's see for this. It's still the same thing. Let me just, I don't even know.
Put 6x.
6L. Oh, okay. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Eh? Okay. What's it go? Okay, so look at it now. It's suggesting that I can put these options there, and it's even showing me the right answer. So as a math teacher, I don't need to even disturb myself trying to come up with different options. So if I want to go with option A, B, C, D, I'll just say add all. Look at what has happened. It has automatically matched the correct answer. And what do I have? I have additional 3 options. So I'm cool with that question already. Then I can say, if I want to attach 2 marks to that particular option, I will click I'll leave the 2 points there. If I want to add more points, I'll add more points here. So that's how to make use of the math intelligent feature. So I've been able to add that question without even breaking a sweat. I didn't even need to work it out myself. Look at what has happened. After clicking on add a new question, it's already coming up with question ideas because it has worked on the format I used earlier, which is for quadratic equation. So it is suggesting 1, 2, 3 more questions for me and saying, do I still want to add more quadratic equation for my students. So if I say, wow, thank you, I don't even need to disturb myself. So I'll just choose add all. So it has added other 3 more questions, even with what? With options and the correct answer. So you can make use of the math intelligent features in forms. So if I click on add new, it can even suggest again that do I still need more questions? So that's how to make use of the math intelligent feature. So if I say choice again, I'm trying to do it one more time. Choice, then I'll come to ellipsis and choose mathematics. I'll choose mathematics, then it will automatically change it to equation. So if I say solve for a x or anything now, I won't use quadratic equation this time around. If I want to put an equation there, look at it, we even have a logarithm here. So if I just put log 5, wow, plus 2.
You are wrong.
Okay.
That one is okay.
Oh God.
Clean the 2, make the 2 stand normal.
Okay.
Plus log you are right. 2 log. Go ahead. You're not
Okay.
managed.
No, I didn't put maybe equal to sign or something there. So the math teacher said, do I need to put an answer here or something? Okay, log 8x, because we are solving for x now.
But
I think it's better this way.
it's better now.
Far for me. So I've inserted this logarithm question. So I have these options. I can click on add up. So the same thing that happened while I was trying to work on quadratic equation is in play again. So I have the correct answer. Then if I choose add again, it will ask me, do I need more question ideas? So that's how to make use of the math intelligent features in form. So this will save us a lot of time as mathematics teachers. You're trying to come up with questions for your students. So if you're done with this, you can just hit the send button and share with them. We still have other options here. Maybe you want to use sections. I talked about sections. Maybe I want to add a section. If I click on section, maybe this is section B, and I'll add a new question. Maybe I just want them to, what is the I just want so that you just see what section is all about. So I'm done now. So let's preview it. Let's preview it and see how our form is coming out. So after the mathematics question, it's saying next because we've said let's break it into sections. So if I click on next now, it will show me section B. Then I'll be able to say, okay, section A is for mathematics, section B is for something else. So that we can make use of section to break our forms. So that's how to make use of our form to create quiz and survey. But I won't end this without adding that I can add this my form and add it in a video so that the student, while watching the video, once it gets to the point where I have that quiz, it will pause. The student will be forced to respond to my form before continuing with the video. So let me say I want to send it now and copy the link. But you won't be able to do the next thing if you do not have Office 365 account. But you'll be able to do all that I've done so far without Office 365 account. But with Office 365 account, you have one app called Stream. You have what we call Stream. So if you are using Office 365, there is Stream there. This is Stream. There is Stream. Stream is the YouTube, there is Microsoft YouTube in a way, but just that it's not open to the public. It's only the people within your organization that will be able to have access to what you have in Stream. So will be able to at least fill the form in Stream. So once you've uploaded your video, take for example all those fantastic lessons that you've created, that you've shared on OneNote, OneTeacher, OneTopic platform. You can upload that video on Stream. Once you upload the video, just like this particular one that I've uploaded, you have option of adding what we call interactivity. There is transcript. It will be at transcript by default, but there is interactivity beside the video. Let me backtrack a little bit. Once you get to Stream, you'll be able to create a video. You create the video by uploading that video that you've created in PowerPoint, or you've done your screen recording using any other app. Then you've uploaded it here. Once you have the video right on your screen, then you click on interactivity. Once you click on interactivity, you see add form. So if you click on the add form, it will now ask you to paste the link here. That's form link. Remember, I copied the form link that we've just created. I copied it, and here I can come here and put the name for my form here. Maybe I decide to put maths here, and I'm indicating that the question should appear once the viewer gets to 0.03. I can add multiple form to my video, not just one. So let's say I'm okay with this first one, add to the timeline. I want to add another one. I'll click add form again, paste the link there, put the name there, then I can move my video to a particular point where I want the form to appear, paste the link, and then add to my timeline. So Math 2 is the same link that I'm putting. So Math 2. So let me now play the video. So when you now share this video with your student, once they get to that particular spot, it will pause for them to respond to the form as if they are opening up in a browser. So the student will need to choose their options right inside the video. They will choose the options right inside the video, and you will still get the responses on your own form dashboard. You will still get the responses on your own form dashboard. So if they click on continue, you say, okay, continue. The video will continue to play. Once they get to where you have, once they move forward again, I think I have another video on 1.45 or 5. Okay, it's even showing me where I have the quiz. So at the moment, it's showing me that I have one quiz here, I have another quiz here, I have another quiz here. So this is perfect for when you're creating content for your student and you still want to continue to assess them. Well, you don't want them to just watch the video and that's all. While they're even watching the video, they must respond to the answer before they can continue watching the video. So that's like a bonus to the lesson that I've prepared for today. So far so good. We've been able to look at Microsoft Form, how to create form, and how to create a quiz, and how to even make use of the Maths Intelligent feature. And I also was able to show us how to embed your form in a Stream video. So I think I will pause here. There are so many other things that you can still do, but the more you lay your hands on it, the more you play with it, the more you get, you even discover more features of all these tools. So I wouldn't want you to just stop here, not just Microsoft Form, same thing with Microsoft Word or PowerPoint or Excel. After every seminar or every webinar or every training, make sure you sit down and go through it on your own too, and continue to click on all the features. I do tell people you can't spoil your computer system. There's no way you spoil your computer system by clicking on different features there. Just click on everything, take notes, click on it. That's one nice thing about Microsoft. It has what you call friendly graphic user interface. So once you even point on a feature, it will show you what that feature is all about. So I think I'll spend 1 hour 53 minutes. So I think I'll stop here now. We invite Mr. Okwefa to continue from here. I have another meeting now. I hope I can still jump back in before. I think I have 10 minutes. I can still take questions for 10 minutes. I can still take questions for 10 minutes.
All right. Thank you so much. We have so many questions for you. So while I am about to read, I want Mr. Adeeko, I guess that was his hand earlier. If you can unmute yourself and ask your question quickly. So while you are doing that, Mr. Lekon, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was brilliant. That was wonderful. But you are going. You won't be able to wait for my accolades. I will send it to you later. So, Mr. Adeeko.
Okay. Thank you so much, Olalekan. That was a nice presentation. We really enjoyed it. But I have some few questions here, even though I've actually typed them. But let me quickly ask. I have a friend who couldn't type, and he was actually asking a question. He said I should ask that. Is there any difference between...
All right, what he's trying to say is that is there any difference between Google Form and Microsoft Form?
That is the question.
Google Form is from Google. Microsoft Form is from Microsoft.
Yes.
And they have, I'm not sure, I don't know, I'm not that familiar with Google Form. I'm not sure it has that mathematics intelligent. Hello, can you hear me now? Okay, I said I'm not sure Google has that math intelligent feature. I don't know. I'm not sure it has that math intelligent feature. I'm not that sure. But if you're familiar with Google Form, then you can easily play with Microsoft Form.
I also want to ask that.
I'm with you.
Okay. He typed his question. I think network is. Okay. Is it advisable to shuffle our question?
It depends on what you want as a teacher. It depends on what you want. If you want to shuffle it, fine. If you don't want to shuffle it, fine. But if you are dealing with students, you can shuffle your questions, make it look like your JAMB question, the CBT question, so that question 1 for student A is different from question 1 for student B.
All right. Before I pick Mr. James Oludare, let me quickly take the questions here because I think in the order now they came first. I have a challenge with sharing of my form with anyone with the link. After I had copied the link, the options of sharing on my PC are link, code, embedded, and mail. I don't have other options as yours in terms of Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp. What can I do?
Wow, I don't know what is happening, and that's the reason why I used my regular Outlook account. I didn't even use my Office 365 account because I know every one of us will probably have access to this one. So when you click on your settings, it should show you when you say send, rather when you click send or share, you should be able to copy it. When you copy it, then you can post it anywhere. But if you're having issues sharing with people, you can go to settings. Maybe you are using O365. If you're using O365, you go to settings, then you can now select that people outside your organization. Else, people without the same tenant with you won't be able to fill the form. Let me quickly show you my own O365 share. Look at my own. Clicking on share, it's asking me only people in my organization can respond. Or if I click on the drop down arrow, I can say anyone with this link can respond. Maybe by default you already have only people in your organization, so it's making it difficult for people outside your organization to be able to respond. So you can probably play with that and ensure that you make it open to other people and not just people in your own organization. Look at what is happening. You see, anyone with this link can respond, but the option 2 says only people in my organization can respond. It's saying only people in your organization can respond. So maybe that's the option you have at the moment. You can check the settings and see if you can work things out there.
All right, Mr. Lekon, please, is there any provision? I want to answer this one specifically, please. Is there any provision for auto submit on both forms and quiz when timed?
Hello, once as a teacher, you've added the start date and the end date there. So automatically, even if you are on it and you've not finished filling the form, it will submit automatically. If you put, probably I decide to put starts, you know you have dates and you have time. One way of adding time limits is by toggling with the time. Yes, we want everybody to fill it in the next 5 minutes. So I'll just say 7 to 7:05. So by 7:05, if you're still on it, it will just end it there and you won't be able to continue. I think I saw one more question here. Then. Somebody saying, is it possible to restrict students from attempting questions through the link twice? Yes, it is possible for you to do that. So that's what I have on my screen here. So I can say only one person, only one response per person. So you can toggle that option and switch it on and say only one response per person. So that will make it difficult for a person to respond twice. In that case, you want them to sign in. That means they will need to sign in before they can fill it, so that it can take note of the person filling the form. So you can do that, make that option available there and say only one response per person.
All right. I think in addition to the question of that person, like the way it is in JAMB, you are given 3 hours to answer a question. Is there something like that on form, where you give as soon as you open it, you have only time start counting for you, and then it closes when it's like 30 minutes after you have opened it, or it's open until it's
no, I think that's same thing I tried to explain earlier. Yes, that's what I explained. In that case, you are not choosing dates. You are playing with the time. So they are writing their test today and they are starting, let's say, by 7 p.m. That is the start date. The end date will remain 12, but this time around, maybe I want it at 8:30 or 7:30. So are you with me? So you are simply saying 30 minutes for this particular test. So after 30 minutes, the student won't be able to perform or do anything again. It won't accept the responses from them again. So you toggle with the time. You won't change the dates. You will stick with the same date, but this time around it will be different time.
Okay, thank you so much. It means all of them must start at the same time. It's not that I can enter at my own time and have my 30 minutes at my time.
You know, you're already saying yes. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. I wouldn't want to take your time. I know how important it was where you are.
Checking out.
I'll
probably check is able to finish.
If you can still check back,
I'll be able to check back.
Okay, no problem. We can
and I know you won't forget. I know you won't forget 8 too.
Of course, we will meet.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Thank you so much. One word for you so that I can stop recording, then we can break it.
What? One word
bye from you.
Okay, thank you for having me. So let's just continue to learn and continue to share. If you go together, we'll go far. If you go alone, you'll just go fast and you may not necessarily go very far. So let's keep working together. Let's keep sharing. There is no man is an island of knowledge. What you know, share with others so that you can also continue to learn and we can develop together and try and contribute our own quota to the development of education in Nigeria. So thank you, and let's continue to learn. Let's continue to share. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Adeeko. Catch you. We hope you come back very soon.
Okay,
so I'm stopping recording now.
Okay.